Ladies, in our relationships and in our marriages, we have to stop depriving our men of sex, okay?
Stop dating on autopilot. Stop staying in relationships that leave you feeling drained and confused. Welcome to Unfolding Growth, your guide to intentional dating and conscious relationships. This channel is built on one powerful idea. You can't build a healthy relationship with someone else until you've done the work on yourself. We're here to give you that roadmap. Whether you're single and preparing to find the right person, or you're in a relationship and unsure how to move forward, we provide the tools, insights, and hard truths you need to make the best decisions for your heart. Ready to grow? Let's get started.
So ladies, you might not like what I'm about to say right now, but I need for you to listen. Ladies, in our relationships and in our marriages, we have to stop depriving our men of sex, okay? Let me tell you why. When you deprive your man of sex, it not only messes with him mentally, physically, and emotionally, but it also creates division in.
Welcome, guys, to our today's discussion. And we are starting with a really hot one. Why do ladies deprive men of this very intimate, simply heavenly touch? They need to explain and give at least 6 hours notice if it's not happening, since 24 hours is completely not possible. This topic is a hot one, and we need to school ladies on the things that really go through our heads when we are deprived. First, do you know we feel emotionally rejected? Do you know DEX is a primary language of intimacy for many of us? Its absence can feel like a deep personal rejection, not just a refusal of an act. Second, do you know it leads to a loss of connection? What do I mean? It can create emotional distance, making a man feel more like a roommate or financial provider than a romantic partner. Ladies, this connection thing is really serious. This can make a man avoid making a move towards you anytime soon. Third, men really feel hurt. Persistent rejection can lead to intense feelings of undesirability and questions about our own attractiveness and worth. Finally, we have frustration, resentment, and loneliness. The buildup of sexual tension combined with feelings of rejection often manifests as frustration, which can turn into lingering resentment, damaging the relationship further. Communicate when you are not feeling like having some good time, and don't make a frequent thing
in your relationship. See, ladies, sex is very important, and for some reason we feel like after we get in a relationship or we get married that it's no longer a top priority, when in actuality it should be a top priority. Trust me, I get it. We as women, we work now, we take care of the kids, we have a lot on our plate as well, and a lot of times we just don't prioritize sex. But here's the thing. If you're not prioritizing sex in your relationship or in your marriage, best believe that man is getting it somewhere else. And I hate to say it like that, but that's just what it is. And the thing is, a lot of times when we find out that man is getting sex elsewhere, we want to get mad and blame him and call him a cheater. But in actuality, if you just would have been giving him some 2 to 3 times out the week anyway, you probably wouldn't have had to worry about him sneaking down the street. You get what I'm saying? So ladies, let's just do better. Let's make it a point to start prioritizing sex in our relationships, okay?
That was simply well said. Let's get this clear. Not all men go for other women in case they don't get some sweet cookie at home, but that recurrent denial will really push him either to think that the marriage is not working or make him cheat. If you're not feeling it, it's your responsibility to know what is wrong, work on it, or add some spice so that you get the end goal that you want. You know what I mean.
You are not a boss woman because you talk down on other women who like men. From what I conclude, someone has hurt you and therefore you are now bitter. And then what you do is you come on the internet to spread that misery, because if you can't have love, no one can. Ladies who want love, who want relationships, do not let these women shame you into being bitter like them. There is nothing wrong with wanting love, with wanting a relationship. There's nothing wrong with wanting to date men and taking your time to understand men and figure out how they think.
Have you noticed a trend of women misleading each other in the internet? If you go through comments in a misleading post, the number of women supporting the information are always on the higher end. Accountability became an issue for most of them. That is why the bitter ones want every other lady to hate men. The fact that women's expectations of man before dating never change, when dating or in marriage, is what is wrong. The same way men learn to love a woman with all her faults should be the same way women learn the behaviors of their men. Request them to change where possible and learn to live with what cannot be changed.
Excuse my French, but it is the height of fucking ignorance to enter into a situation that you are not prepared for and you have not done any research on. The reason a lot of women are getting fandangled by men these days is because they don't understand men. They don't understand the way men think. They don't understand the way men see women. They don't understand the way men talk about women when women are not there. So for every woman who has taken time to get knowledge in an arena that she wants to play in, I salute you. For you bitter Betty's talking about, oh, why is everything about men? Oh God, you lot need to practice decentering men. Oh, why do we care what men think? 'Cause we want to date them, honey. Like, if you don't want to date men, shout out you. Respectfully, you've reached levels that I have not reached, nor do I think I want to reach. But good for you. I love that for you. But it is not supportive of you. It is actually quite disrespectful of you to look at another woman's choices and think you can talk down on it. Why? Because of what? Okay, so you've decentered men. Let me see the Fortune 500 company you've built. Let me see the book you've written. Let me see the profound impact you've had on the world. Because I don't understand all this shouting about decenting men and living a life the same as everybody else who likes men. You're not better than people who like men. Let me be very clear with you. A lot of women who like men, are interested in men, are actually doing a lot better than you because they're not bitter. Because they have an open heart. They have an open mind. So respectfully, ladies, heal. Because if you are healed, even if you are not interested in men, you will not open your mouth to be rude or disrespectful to another woman who is trying to live her own life and make her own decisions for her own happiness. Long story short, worry about yourself. Now, like I always say, there's always an exception to the rule. For best results, assume it's not you.
Let's give credit where it's due. She has said it all. It is always funny when you see a straight woman talking negative about men who she will definitely continue chasing and liking. Her whole confidence is built by these men online, yet she talks as if she will never date. Women need to understand their weakness and as early as possible, start working on them. You will never find a woman who values and clearly understands the importance of a man in her life, talking all bitter. Let's watch the next one.
Why your avoidant ex comes back months later. They don't come back because they've changed. Not always, at least. They come back because the distance made them miss you. And now, months later, they resurface. Not because they healed. Not because they finally understand how they hurt you, but because the silence got too loud. The loneliness crept in, and the thought of you became nostalgia instead of fear. They'll say they miss you. They might even say that they're sorry, but they won't say what really matters. They won't be able to say, I didn't know how to stay close when things felt too real. They can't say, I needed space more than I needed connection. They probably won't be able to say or even identify, I left because I didn't feel in control. So when they come back, don't just listen to what they say. Watch for how they show up. Actions speak louder than words. We know this.
Exes are always a difficult topic, but I usually tend to think that if it ended, especially due to bad character or behavior, you'd be better taking your chances somewhere else. We are so afraid of creating new connections that we go back to what hurt us the most. Before you go back to them, give another state or city a chance. Hey, Passport Brothers are surviving out here having all the fun. It's never too late. It can be challenging, but don't allow rejection by a few discourage you from meeting your true person. Remember, if she cheats once, she will cheat again.
Okay, this is a crash out post. I'm currently crashing out. Sorry in advance. Women, do not get married and have kids unless you plan on and are capable of becoming a single mom. Because 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, I don't know, statistically high, that's probably what's going to happen to you. Now, I love being a mom. I really do. And in fact, I quite enjoy most of the time being a single mom. This shit is not fair. The world is not set up for single moms. You will struggle. I don't care what job you have. I don't care how much you get paid. especially in this economy right now, okay? The world is not set up for single mothers. It will be fucking hard. It will test you in ways that you didn't know that you could even be tested. You will have to fight for those kids, most likely. You will have to fight for those kids. You will have to wake up every morning and question, just real talk, if motherhood is really something that you want anymore, because these men make it so hard.
She is hurting, and that is not nice. But we can take home some major points over here. It is time women understood their choices have consequences. The same way men are to blame for breakups, that is, whether they were in the wrong or they were done wrong, is the same way women should take responsibility for what happens when they decide to sire a child with a specific man. You have to be aware of the consequences and be prepared. And remember, being a single mother is not easy. She is insisting on that specific point. So choose your poison carefully.
They make it so hard to be a mom. They take away all of the tender moments of motherhood that you could have had, but you were stuck in survival mode. So you didn't even really get to enjoy it. You're just fucking surviving, trying to raise these kids, trying to do the best you can, and you get $250 a month. What the fuck? That is pennies. That is the gas money it is taking me to drop them off at their father's house and pick them back up. $250 a month. And my ex is a nurse. $250 a month.
That's a tough one. With that amount, we need to know why she has to drop them when he can come pick them up. What do you think? Another question would be, why would a judge, after assessment of the guy's finances, come to the conclusion that $250 was the right amount of child support? Sometimes we should admit it if we need help, and we should all agree the more capable or financially stable parent should be able to keep the kids. Share your thoughts with me. I need to know what you would recommend in this situation.
I'm sorry. Oh, I don't even know if I'm going to post this. These men will take everything from you. They will promise you so much. They will promise you so much. And it will feel great at first. It will feel peaceful at first. And for some fucking reason, when you have their child, they will abandon you. They will discard you. Even if they don't cheat, even if they don't do anything significant, they'll emotionally turn away from you to the point where you leave. I left. I can't be in that. It is not what we were promised. It is not what you think it is. I promise you. I promise you. And before you come on here and say, oh, well, my situation's not like that, good for you, honey.
We have to be real and say it as it is. She clearly says she left. Therefore, I would like to believe that she made a plan of how she would be doing this life with the kids and be okay. In this video, I spoke about expectations that women have about men that never change even during marriage or dating. It is tough being a single mother, but let's start making adult decisions with the know-how of how to maneuver and survive after. Why would you leave someone with the mentality that they would use their finances to support a comfortable life for you and your kids? Okay, the kids should be supported, but remember, adult decisions come with adult consequences.
You are in the 1% of women that are very lucky, because the rest of us don't have that. And the rest of us become single moms. And it sucks, because all I wanted was to be a mom. I love being a mom. But the best parts of my motherhood were taken from me. And in fact, the first time I got pregnant, the man said he couldn't have kids, and then fought me in court for 5 years. Fought me in court for 5 years to take away my son that he claimed in the beginning he wasn't even capable of producing. Because he didn't want to wrap it up at first. Yeah. Yep. I can't handle it. I can't handle this. I can't handle men anymore. Y'all are liars. You lie to women. You promise us a lot. We are objects to you. We are things that you put on your shelf. I am a human being, and my life is forever changed.
I hear a lot of disappointment in her, and that is where the frustrations are coming from. I have already identified some signs that this man was not intended of kids. Maybe she misread the room, but the future she saw with that guy has been seriously crashed to pieces. She just needs to take a step back, focus on the kids, and leave that man do as he wishes. Peace might come from that, but remember not all men are like that, and also be keen when dating.
My life is forever changed. I will never be the same. My youth was stolen from me. I had to put my boots on the ground and become a single mom at 21 years old. I didn't get to live. I didn't get to live. I didn't. My life is not what I wanted it to be. Not even close. But I love being a mom. I'm holding space for two things at one time. Just don't date men. We are at a point in society where we are waking up to the reality of the patriarchy, which is a very real thing that I didn't used to believe in, and I fucking do now. To what men are really like. I will never see the change in men that I need to see to feel safe enough to ever date again in my entire life. It will take too long. The change that we need to see in men will take too long. It's 100, 200 years from now. So that's my life. So just don't date men. Just don't. Just focus on yourself. And don't have kids with the wrong person. And I don't know how to tell you what man is the right man because I thought they both were. I thought they both were the right man, and they were not.
Wow. Just wow. She has tried 2 men, and they were both not what she expected. Let us be real. She is bitter because her needs and expectations were not met. Saying that the change she expects from men will be 200 years from now would be some crazy thing since women are becoming more unwifely than ever. We all choose our relationships and, as an adult, who we will start a family with. Choices of consequences, and therefore learn from them. Adapt to your current situation and find your own happiness. Let us avoid being bitter because of our poor choices. I think this is enough for today. I hope you enjoyed, and remember to leave your comment below on which topic was fair or unfair from our side. Like, share, and subscribe. It has been real. Catch you in the next one.